Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing my March wrap up. So in the month of March, I read 7 books, which is insane. I think that's the most I've ever read in a month, which is really great. I did have some time off because of this quarantine, but I really just wanted to narrow down a lot of my current reads, so which is nice. And I also just want to say thank you guys so much for over 100 subscribers on this channel. I really appreciate it, and I love and appreciate each and every one of you. I know I already said that on Twitter, but if you don't follow me on Twitter, then I just want to say thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it for all the love and support. So yeah, I'm just gonna jump right into it. I'm gonna start with what I first read and work my way down. So the first book that I read in March was Heartstopper Volume 1 by Alice Oseman. I have been seeing this everywhere. This has been a booktube favorite now for like, I don't know, the past year, and it did not disappoint. It was so good. It was so cute. I love our main characters. This is a boy-boy relationship that we see develop, and it is just so cute and it is just amazing, and the artwork is so cute. You guys probably know what this book is about already if you have seen anything on this book, but I need volume 2 and 3 still. They are out, but I just haven't gotten them yet. I need to for sure, because I definitely want to continue on with this series. There is a trigger warning in here though for sexual assault, so if you are not comfortable with that, then I would not recommend this. But if you don't mind reading about that, then or having that in the story, then I would definitely 100% pick this up. It is definitely worth the hype. And I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars. The next book that I read this month was Moxie by Jennifer. It looks like Matthew, but I don't think it's Matthew. I don't know. I'm sorry. But there's the author's name right here. But this is about a girl named Vivian, and she is really sick and tired of basically boys not appreciating girls, and a lot of the boys at her school just basically think women belong in the kitchen sort of thing, and she's just so sick and tired of this, so she creates this group called Moxie, and it's basically about girl empowerment, girl power, and standing up to these boys and making themselves known that that is not all that they can do, and they are so much better than that. This book was interesting. I actually listened to this on audiobook, and it was good. Vivian as a character, I really liked her in the beginning, but as like the book went on, she sort of did some things that I didn't agree with, and I just didn't connect with her really anymore, and I don't know, the story was okay. The story was okay. I really appreciate the aspects of it where it was girl power and women empowerment and all that sort of thing. I really appreciated that, and I loved that part of it. But just like some of the things that happened and the character, like the main character, it was just like, okay. So I did give this a 3 out of 5 stars. Okay, so the next book that I read, I was a little disappointed with. This is probably one of my most disappointing books so far this year, and this is the first disappointment of this year, unfortunately, because I was so hyped for this book, but it just did not live up to the expectations that I was hoping for, and that is Queen of Nothing by Holly Black. I really wanted to love this book. I really did. I did tab it. I did tab The Cruel Prince and The Wicked King. Oh, I should probably say that. If you don't know, this is the third and final book in the Folk of Air series or trilogy that has the first book being The Cruel Prince, and then the second book, The Wicked King. I really enjoyed, I really loved the first 2 books. I gave the first 2 books 5 out of 5 stars. They were so good. And this one just didn't do it. It was really disappointing because it was the finale, and I really wanted so much more from this story. I'm not going to go into detail of this book because it is the 3rd book in a series. I just didn't like it. I didn't like it because it was really slow, and it was not taking the turn that I wanted it to take, and I thought it was slow. It took me forever to get through this, and it's not a big book at all. It is not a big book, but it took me so long to read because I was just not enjoying it. I thought the beginning was good. The beginning was good. The middle was not my favorite. The ending was okay. The ending was okay, but I felt like the ending came really fast, and I wanted it to kind of slow down a bit. But if you read this book, I know a lot of people do like this ending. I personally do not. I have seen reviews where people did not like it, and it's basically for the same reasons why I did not like it, so I don't know, I just didn't care for it. So I ended up giving this a 2 out of 5 stars. The next book that I read this month was The Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware. This book is about a woman named Rowan, and she gets hired as a nanny I think it's in Scotland. Yeah. And so she gets hired at this house in Scotland as a nanny, and when she gets there, she realizes that there have been many nannies there before, but they quit, and she has no idea why, because this family seems very perfect. They seem to have everything together. Everyone's super nice, and it's also one of those houses where it's very techie, like it's sort of like a smart house sort of thing, and I just thought that was really cool. This book was great. This is a really good mystery thriller. I really enjoy Ruth Ware's books. I've read 2 others by her, and they are really good. I read The Woman in Cabin 10, and I read In a Dark Wood. I think I liked In a Dark Wood a bit better than The Woman in Cabin 10, but I both gave those 4 out of 5 stars. Yeah, this one was really good. I know this one came out last year, and everyone loved it. Like, everybody loved it. I don't think I liked it as much as everybody else did, but it was still really good, and I still ended up giving it a 4 out of 5 stars. The next book that I read was Tilly and the Book Wanderers by Anna James. This is from the Pages & Co. Series. This is the first book, and there is a second book out. I can't remember what it's called, but anyways, this is the first book. This is about a girl named Tilly, and she lives in England with her grandparents, and her grandparents own a bookshop. And one day, Tilly sees someone who looks really familiar from one of her favorite books, and this girl introduces herself to Tilly and tells her that her name is Anne Shirley from Anne of Green Gables, and Tilly's mind is blown. She has no idea how this character got out of this book, and then she sees Alice from Alice in Wonderland, and again, she has no idea how this is possible. And Tilly actually grew up without her mom because her mom supposedly left when she was born, and so she has no idea where her mom is, but her grandparents say that her mom is not dead. She's somewhere, and so Tilly goes on this crazy adventure with her friend Oscar, and they actually can book wander, so they are able to go in and out of books and be a part of the story, and that is really interesting to me anyways. That would be so cool. So yeah, Tilly and Oscar go on this adventure to go and try to find her mom, because she believes that her mom is somewhere in a book, but she has no idea what book her mom's in, so it's quite an adventure. I thought this was super cute, and it was super fun. The only thing that I would say about this is that in the description it tells you that Anne and Alice are a part of this story, but I didn't find that much. They weren't really a part of the story. They were here, like, they were in and out of the story a lot, and I really wanted them to be in the story a lot more. That's just me, but nonetheless, I thought it was still really cute. It's a solid middle grade, and I definitely recommend this book to anybody who likes middle grade or just likes crazy adventures, but nonetheless, it was still really cute, and I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. The next book that I read was a reread, and that is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets by J.K. Rowling. I have been annotating this series now for, or not the series, like the first book and the second book now for the past year, I think. I just haven't had time to read this because I've just been so busy with university, but yeah, I finished the second book this month, and of course I loved it so much. If you don't know what the Harry Potter series is, I don't know where you've been, but everybody probably knows what Harry Potter is, so I'm not going to explain it, but I loved it. Love my reread. I cannot wait to annotate more of these books. I am so excited. That is the reason why I'm rereading this series, because I'm annotating it. So yeah. Anyways, 5 out of 5 stars. Perfect series. And the last book that I read this month was Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. This is a mystery thriller novel about a woman named Laurel Mack, and unfortunately her daughter went missing about 15 years ago, it says, and back in 2005, and they never solved her murder case or her missing case until about 10 years later, it said. And so she's trying to move on with her life and from her daughter missing. She does have 2 other children. She has another daughter, and she has a son, and so they're off now with their own lives. So Laurel actually just got recently divorced from her husband, so she's trying to make it on her own with the struggle of still mourning the loss of her daughter. And then all of a sudden one day she's in this cafe and she sees a man, and she's like, she's really attracted to him. So he sits by her and he starts talking to her, and she's really into him, and they start dating and everything. And then Laurel meets his daughter, who is 9 years old, and she looks exactly and acts exactly like her daughter Ellie did. So that's all I'm gonna say. This book is so good. It honestly kept me on my toes for the entire book. I did not want to put this down. Unfortunately, I had to put it down at some points because of my schoolwork and everything, but I probably could have read this in a day and be done with it. And oh my god, it was so good. It was probably one of the best. I think this is actually my favorite thriller of all time. It was so good. It was just so intense and so, like, you just never know what was gonna happen. So, and I really love it in a thriller. If you want something to keep you on your toes, this is definitely the book for you. And I actually did end up giving this a 5 out of 5 star. This is the first 5 out of 5 star book that I have rated for a mystery thriller, so that says something. Alright, that is everything that I've read in March. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I will leave a link down below to all my handles. I have a Twitter, Instagram, and Goodreads if you want to go and follow me. And make sure you hit that subscribe button if you want to see more bookish content by me. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!